This 1990 Miele Looper bicycle belonging to my daughter was originally a Shimano 105 equipped 12-speed. As she has now recently purchased a new Trek Madone, the gearing challenge Miele was now made redundant, so in order to give it a new lease on life, I undertook to convert it to fixed gear. I had borrowed this bike several years ago to try out the fixed gear experience before building up my own fixed gear Nishiki. As you can see, my granddaughter, who is now 10, was very impressed. This exercise was therefore a simple reversion to a bygone age. This bike is an ideal candidate for fixed gear as it possesses semi-horizontal dropouts to permit chain adjustment, as shown in this graphic, and on the bike itself, and its rear frame spacing between dropouts permits a 120mm track hub to drop right in with no modifications. The small screws on the rear of the dropouts act as axle stops and enable the wheel to be removed and reinstalled without fiddling with chain tension. With the 42-tooth chain wheel mounted on the inside of the original Shimano 105 crank spider, the sprocket lines up quite closely. This is an important consideration, preventing chain rub and therefore optimizing efficiency. The hub itself is an inexpensive Quando fixed free unit. This permits the bicycle to be ridden in either fixed or freewheel configuration by simply removing the wheel and reversing it. Both fixed and free sprockets have 17 teeth each, which with the 42-tooth chain wheel give a gearing of 66.7 gear inches. Let's now look at the other end of the bike. I've raised the stem a bit to comply with my daughter's preference, as you see here. And we go now to the front wheel, which has a hub with a top-of-the-line Shimano XTR unit. This was NOS, or New Old Stock, which in English translates approximately as a previous year's model. The tyres are good quality Bontrager race lights, 700 by 25mm slicks, that were originally fitted to a carbon fibre Trek 5000. The rims, front and rear, are Mavic CXP 21s. And very good they are too. The rest of the bike is unchanged. The Shimano 105 brakes are excellent. These somewhat nondescript pedals are for familiarization purposes only before venturing into cleated territory. These two-sided Shimano M324s are my favourite. They feature a plain platform if required in high stress, high traffic situations. Also, there is no necessity to wear special cycling shoes for impromptu short distance rides. The cleated side is certainly recommended for open road riding. To lose contact with the pedals, particularly going downhill, can be most uncomfortable. The painful drumming of rapidly rotating pedals on the back of the calves is definitely not recommended. Well, that's about it. The Miele sits here awaiting my daughter's pleasure, and my Nishiki awaits mine. Although you've done quite a number of rides over the past few years, this will open a new chapter of fixed gear foolishness.